Story 5, The Doll Beds. In the 1950s, not all toys came from the toy store. Some were made at home. And so, Santa would work his magic in many ways. For Christmas of 1959, Mattel Toys introduced the Chatty Cathy doll. At 20 inches tall, Chatty Cathy had a pull string on the back of her body. When a child pulled the string, Chatty Cathy would talk, repeating one of a dozen or so lines. It was a huge sensation, and every girl from kindergarten to 3rd grade at the local school had to have one.
Marie and I were absolutely convinced that Santa was going to bring us Chatty Cathy dolls for Christmas. All the girls in our grade school classes wanted them, and we were no different. But we hadn't planned on our Uncle BJ. Looking back, we were convinced that somehow he had been in touch with Santa.
Uncle BJ worked as a carpenter and could build anything. He built closets in several of the houses in our town, fixed stair rails and porch swings, and even made wooden benches and tables. So when he asked us to help him with a special building project for Christmas, we were ready. And doing something good right before Christmas was sure to be noticed by Santa Claus.
Uncle BJ was going to build a bunk bed set that was the perfect size for the Chatty Cathy dolls. He said it was a special present for 2 of his nieces who lived in a nearby town, about 20 miles away. Uncle BJ said he had talked with his sister, their mom, and the girls were really looking forward to the presents.
We didn't say anything, but Annie and I were a bit jealous. Bunk beds for our dolls would be perfect. That evening, we wrote an updated letter to Santa asking not only for our Chatty Cathy dolls, but also for a set of bunk beds for them, just like Uncle BJ was building. We mailed in the next morning on the way to school. Mom gave us an envelope and a stamp, but we never told anyone about the addition to the letter. We just kept hoping Santa would read the new letter and appreciate how good we were for helping Uncle BJ surprise his nieces for Christmas.
Over the next 2 weeks, we helped Uncle BJ. Because our garage was heated and he needed workspace, he did the construction at our house. Every evening he would stop over. Marie and I would hurry home from school and quickly do our homework so we could help. We held one end of the board while he sawed the other. We would hand him hammers and nails as each piece came together.
The beds were magnificent. Made of solid wood, they were more than big enough for any doll. Uncle BJ had crafted the beds so they could be placed side by side or stacked as bunk beds. The craftsmanship was exceptional, and with our help, a beautiful reddish-brown varnish was applied.
Every night after Uncle BJ left, Marie and I would linger in the garage staring at the magnificent beds as they came together and hoping Santa got our revised letter. Those beds would be the perfect complement to the dolls we were expecting.
On December 23rd, Uncle BJ came by as usual. The beds were done and he brought 2 large cardboard boxes, one for each bed. We watched as he carefully placed each bed in a box. Then we helped as he, Dad, and Mom wrapped the boxes in bright red and white striped Christmas paper, added ribbon, and a huge red bow to each one. On each, there was a green Christmas envelope that Uncle BJ carefully taped to the top.
Then Uncle BJ opened the garage door and loaded the boxes in the back of his station wagon. He thanked us for our help and told us we would be making 2 of his nieces very happy on Christmas morning. Then he drove off, Dad closed the doors, and the beds were gone.
It was a very strange feeling. We felt very good about helping to make Christmas special for someone, but we really wanted those beds for our dolls. We went to bed praying Santa had received our updated letter.
On Christmas morning, we were up before sunrise. There were many presents under the tree, but Mom only let us open 1 each. Our Chatty Cathy dolls. The rest would have to wait until after Christmas services. So off we went to church. When we got home, we dashed into the houses and charged toward the Christmas tree.
Something new had been added. 2 large boxes wrapped in bright red and white striped paper with a green envelope on the top in front of the tree. We looked at each other in disbelief.
Mom said we had to open the envelopes first. We still remember the message.
The messages to Annie and Marie were the same. They said,
I knew you both have been very good girls this year. When I received your second letter, I feared the elves were too busy and they couldn't fit another doll bed on the production schedule. But I knew your Uncle BJ would help, so I gave him a call. Merry Christmas, Santa. Ho, ho, ho.
So thank you, Uncle BJ, for helping out Santa. You really did surprise 2 of your nieces. And where, you may wonder, was Maria and Annie's dad while the beds were being built? He was in the basement building a giant electric train layout for the 2 little boys who lived next door. They too received a memorable Christmas surprise that year. But that's just the way life was in a small town back then. And so, a Merry Christmas to all.